Hello friends, my name is Adil and today I'm going to tell you about the top 7 books which I feel you should definitely read in the self-help categories. So the first one is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, the main takeaway is that to become rich there are like two ways. Okay, the one way which most people know is to start a business. Okay, the other way is to become an investor. And you know it is, I think, yeah, this is the main takeaway that I would say. You need to read the book to completely go through it, why the thing, how you can become rich and all. So I would definitely recommend you read that. Right. The second book is Sapiens. Now this book, it develops on the concept of selfish gene by Richard Dawkins. And the ability of uh, the author, to connect the human evolution with, that selfish gene, that, for gene propagation, how complex human systems like religion and countries, these things develop. You'll start from 100,000 years of evolution, or maybe beyond that. How he's able to trace it until the present. That is really wonderful. The chain of events that he presents is just awesome. So okay, the third book is Zero to One by Peter Thiel. Okay, I think the main takeaway is that it's mainly for a company. It's a business book, but what I feel that you can even apply it in your life. You have to create a monopoly. You provide a value that no one else can, and just you be the unique person in your field. The only one. So you just have to read it to really understand what I mean by that. And the main takeaway from this book would be, every, how you should start. Okay, so there's a line that I really like: every monopoly dominates a market, and every company starts small. So therefore, you should start with a small market that you can dominate if you are trying to build start something new, right? Okay, the fourth one would be How to Win Friends and Influence People. Okay, this book, I think the main takeaway is like, I never knew how to sell something. Okay, what is the basic principle? I guess if you guys are salesmen, I think you would know that is you need to tell the qualities of the idea or a product that you're selling, how it will benefit the other party. That is just the core principle. If you succeed at conveying that to the party, you have sold the stuff. So there are other things as well, but I think, yeah, this is the main takeaway that I take from this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. The fifth book that I recommend is Superpower Memory by Harry Lorayne. Now, memory is something that I've struggled with, and but this was something that put me in the right direction. And like, I mean, I won't say that my life has changed drastically after reading it, but the thing is, like, it presents you a basic idea that how you can develop it. It is, if you practice it, you can definitely become a memory champion. It's like, I myself could memorize 52 decks of card in the given order. You can basically use the technique that is provided in this book to memorize random stuff, and the same concept, and you can apply it everywhere. It is basically that application that is a bit tough. So if you can do that, I think it would be really wonderful for you. So definitely read this book. This is something you'll definitely require in life. Superpower Memory by Harry Lorayne. Okay. The sixth book is The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. This book, why I recommend is, like, the concept of the positive thinking, is what I developed after reading this. The main takeaway, if you can put it, is that creative visualization. You often hear cricket players like Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, just go into a stadium, they just visualize, okay, here, this is the baller, this like into an empty stadium, this is the baller, okay, I've backed him over this place, that place, this is the match situation, okay, this is what I've done. And in real life, you tend to, that situation actually materializes and you have done it, so I think that's a concept that I just took from this book, and there are many more, and I think should definitely read this book for this. Basically, the power of, like how it really affects your actions when you are, optimistic whenever you're working towards your goal, right? And the last one would be the Da Vinci Code. Okay, and this is, of course, why I've put it in the self-help category is really, I think, for me, it is the most complete book. It has humor, it has history, it has science, it has, like some self-help quotes out there that you can really apply in yourself life, as romance. It has everything. I think it's, for me, it's the most complete book. And how I read it is like, since it's based on real settings, I just Google the image of that place, of that object, and something like, so can really actually visualize properly what the author is trying to convey. And I go through the puzzles that are there in that book, and try to solve it myself, and it's very engaging. So yeah, that's my recommendation. You can comment whatever would be your recommendation, any other book that you feel that I missed out and should be there on this list. So any suggestions that you feel I should put in. So yeah, thanks for that. Right.